I'm going to pull this up and see if we can get the email.
What horrible graph is that?
Which one? I know. Look at that, straight down. That's as soon as you got on. Right after dinner every day. Look at that.
Yep.
All right. Let's see.
Well, zoom out a few months and it'll be a different story.
Exactly.
Copy in the link. And send the link to the gang.
There we go. Puncraft on the board.
Oh, is he?
Yep.
Fun's in already?
It's the graph.
Fun's in. Fun's in the house.
Let me, there we go. Keep pun in the house. I am sending this to the board now.
I don't know if you want to stream those comments live. We probably want to.
Yeah, that's why I made that cover thing.
Cherry pick them.
There you go. That's why I made this cover.
Yeah. If we're gonna get another biology lesson or not.
Yeah. Or worse. Or worse.
I'm looking for an email reply where I have the whole board on there.
No, we can send it to him on Wednesday. That's cool.
Yeah, we could do it.
Oh, I thought you wanted him to have it during the show.
No, I'm saying we could do it before the Wednesday show. We can give him.
Okay.
Yeah, it's not important tonight.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right, guys, let's do this.
Yep.
Let's see. We got Puncraft on.
And he's spot on. It does look like Australia. It does look like the right half of Australia.
That's right. All right, crypto universe. Welcome to. Let's lower this music, and we are Crypto Chat Live. We are here. We are live on YouTube and everywhere else. We got Puncraft with us, and we have Keith in the middle. Let's bring up the board. Our usual crowd. There's me right there.
There we go.
Gary, Keith, down in St. John, and Sean Neal at home.
A little Caribbean hello to the Dynamo community out there.
Today we got the crypto markets. Oh, we start off with the markets. So far this week, the market cap has hit a 6-week high of 1.6 trillion. Bitcoin touched 42.5. Bitcoin addresses are up 30% in July, which is a good sign. So it seems like in some way the volume's coming back. Polkadot's up 16%. Ethereum, 14 straight days in the green. And they're hovering around maybe red today, finally. The Fear and Greed Index, which, if you believe in it or not or whatever, is at around, 40? It's up 40% in the last week. It's amazing how crypto just bounces around so quick. And NFTs booming. All right. Yeah. Who wants to go first with their wisdom?
Well, all I want to do, Joe, I'll just jump in and say, in the time you started talking, Bitcoin shed another $1,000.
Nice.
So stop talking. Stop talking.
Killing it.
Well, there's some say that this is the time that Ethereum is going to pass Bitcoin.
Yeah, it's interesting. I mean, Sean's been prognosticating for a while that we might be range bound. And again, hand in the air, I was really encouraged to see it run back up to 42 and change. So now it will be a fascinating study to see, where does it settle down at the bottom? I mean, it is moving down pretty fast. That is a bit unsettling, but again, a bit of a retracement. I think good, healthy, normal, expected. I mean, that's kind of what you want from a market. Let's unfortunately strap in and see where it goes from here.
Yeah. Sean, wisdom.
Yeah, I'm still just gonna stay with my old my old thing. Selling may and go away. I think you'll see some definitive momentum September 6th, and that's when everybody goes back to school and everybody goes back to work and everything starts to be back to normal. But right now, all the people are on vacation, just like you are, and people are not really thinking about this, right? They're not sitting at their screens every day worrying about it. Volatility is high, volume is low. Volatility is high even for crypto. But I will touch on one other point. I do think that you made there. I do think that Ethereum will surpass Bitcoin, whatever that means. In terms of adoption, market cap, whatever it is, because Bitcoin has limited utility. Ethereum is programmable money, and I do think that there's going to be. I'm not sure about market dominance because I think this percentage of total market cap is a little bit of a funny measure because Bitcoin is deflationary, right? There's the halving every 4 years, and it has a hard cap. Ethereum is slightly deflationary starting August 4th. Well, it's not deflationary. It will be less inflationary sometime on August 4th. But there is no hard cap. So, the tokenomics are different for those coins. So I'm not sure about the whole market dominance thing, but the amount of money invested and the number of holders, I think, in Ethereum will continue to grow.
Do you think that part of this? It seems like the crypto market is so bot heavy. I just see everywhere online everybody talk about having these trading bots. Do you think and it's a lot of people that I think aren't as experienced in trading are in the crypto markets.
Well, first of all, there's bots that artificially inflate volumes in order to get headlines, right? So things like places like CoinMarketCap require you to have certain daily volumes in order to get listed, and so people just use bots to do trading between a whole bunch of accounts just to increase what they what supposedly what the liquidity is. It's not it's all fake, but there is that. But yeah, a lot of people do things like yield farming where they're doing arbitrage between different kinds of contracts. I'm not sure, how much of all of this is bots versus real people, and frankly, we're never going to know. And that's a good thing, right? I mean, that's what crypto is all about. It's removing all of the funny business from Wall Street and putting it into the hands of people. And if people want to write bots, so be it. It's great.
All right, Punkcraft. Fear during the last slight bear market created a lot of FOMO too, I think. So as I think things hit some new all-time highs for the last few months, they paper-handed.
Yeah.
It's a lot of more unexperienced people pulling in and out.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I'm not sure how many people, remember 2018, right? That was 100 years ago, even though it was 3 years ago. But yeah.
And what's happened now isn't a real crash like 2018 anyway. We're looking at this in the first time and going, oh my God, there's a crash. It's not a crash.
No. Not a crash. Nope.
Yep. All right, let's get to the first story. The NFT Boom, which is part of what is helping out these markets right now. OpenSea trading volume hits 95 million in 48 hours. CryptoPunks trading volume went up 1,270% weekly. NFT volume reached 339 million. Axie Infinity up 1,000, which we know about that one. NFT gaming. And the NFT continues to boom and is kind of helping to bring this market back to life a little bit. I know this is one of your favorite areas, Sean.
Yeah, gaming.
Yeah, CryptoPunks is interesting. Feels a lot like a fad. I have this interesting story. So we invested about $20,000 in a truckload of Target overstock, and we bought just everything. It was everything from vacuum cleaners to pillows to dish rags and gardening gloves and everything else, right? And something that came in there, which I thought was utterly worthless, was these things called Squishmallows. And Squishmallows are these. It's a plush toy basically, and it's a very cheap thing made in China and whatever else. And I'm like, oh my God, we're never gonna sell those. We got them for like $5. I think they were retailing for $10. And so my wife took this and ran with it, and these things are now selling for like $350 and $400. They're
What?
incredibly rare, because they were discontinued. All of a sudden, they became this incredible commodity. Now, this is a physical thing as opposed to NFTs, which are virtual, obviously. But yeah, these things that I bought for $5 are worth like $350 to $400. They're selling on eBay and Etsy, and selling out like immediately. Like as soon as you list it, it goes away. And people are like going to Walgreens and CVS and buying them the day, like trying to follow the trucks that are delivering these things to find them. So I view NFTs like that. Like it's this thing where people are it's a craze, right? It's going to go away and all these things are going to end up in a landfill. NFTs are all going to end up in a digital landfill, whatever that means. But
that's one of the things I question. It's gonna be like Beanie Babies 20 years from now. A lot of these, like, who cares?
Yep.
Bottle caps.
Yeah, but Sean, all right, so let me jump in there and be devil's advocate. While I appreciate and understand that to be the case for a lot of the nouveau digital art, as NFTs, kind of morph and evolve and change and commercialize a bit, and NFTs become purchase orders or other business documents, or I think we were even having a discussion today about, their own websites and decentralized web. I mean, might there be a certain facet of the NFT world that will, thrive and grow and move on?
Mm-hmm. Oh, for sure. I think NFTs, in terms of their utility in supply chain management or any of these kind of peer-to-peer marketplaces where it represents a rental or something like that, of course, I think that's very valuable. I think this artwork phase, if you will, right? I think that's it's not something that you can, put in your home and have people over and have them ogle on, right? Like you can go buy an Erte and sit it on a pedestal, and it's number 17 of 300, and they broke the mold, and like it's something. But these, I don't know, it's one of 10,000 digital images, but anybody can have it, and I get it. Yeah, I can take a picture of the Erte and hang it up in my wall or whatever, but it's not really the same.
Right. So you're looking beyond NFT 1.0 to a more commercialized future, NFT 2.0 or 3.0.
Yep. I think so. And somebody said, I was reading one of these Wall Street analysts talking about NFTs and them not understanding the art world and all that stuff. And they said, 99% of these things are going to be completely valueless in a year or two. And I completely agree. I don't see how.
I think that's bad for the crypto market too, and in the whole, because that's going to give them another reason to regulate this market.
Yeah, I don't know. And I mean, look, anybody can pay whatever they want for a digital asset. I don't think that necessarily that would attract regulation, because it's not a scam. You are willingly shelling out tens of thousands of dollars for a JPEG, right? Like that's
a
problem.
Yeah, but to Joe's point, I suspect, that will be fodder for the media, right? Because when those stories start to trickle in, I mean, that's a headline, Joe. You said it yourself, time and time again, that the media salivates over these, debacle crash stories, with, crypto and NFTs. The hope is that the hope that NFT 2.0 kind of takes in. So even though people's perception of what an NFT is, it's long since moved on to a much more practical functionality. And then you're right. I'm sure there will be a certain subset that the NFT in the art world will continue to grow. But yeah, I'm sure there's some ugly headlines in the future.
Yeah.
I mean, just 2 months ago, they were saying the NFT art world is, the boom is over. And now it's back because of gaming. Remember, it's like 2 months ago. It went up and it came back down.
But let's be clear about gaming, though, and I'm not
right
doing it because it's my passion. But those are a little more tangible, because this is some place that people spend a lot of their time. Right? People do take a lot of time in these virtual worlds, playing, Fortnite or Call of Duty or whatever. And buying these cosmetics, and some of the cosmetics are very rare, and it represents a sort of level of prestige that you've been playing for so long or whatever else. and people trading those cosmetics, I do think is a value. There is some value there, right? Because that represents your time, right?
Mm-hmm.
And really, what is money? Money is just exchanging, for your time, right? Like if I don't have to go fix my toilet, I pay a plumber to do it, right? Like it's just that. So I see that as a valid value, but somebody programmatically minting 10,000 things and selling them for 60 ETH each or whatever, it's a little wacky. So, but yeah, I think the cosmetics, in particular the in-game cosmetics, that's got a market. I mean,
Yeah, and
it
there's a
already has
huge
a market. The NFTs just sort of solidified in the world of crypto.
Yeah, and that NFT move into the gaming world, while still really nascent, that is a big trend, Sean.
Yep.
You and I were talking about it, and not to give away too much to the Dynamo community, but we are having a discussion with one of the legends in the gaming community to talk about some degree of partnership with Dynamo Coin within gaming. So that's super exciting, and
Yeah, that
stay tuned for more.
Yep.
Yeah. Let's see what Pun says. We'll never survive going 60. Exactly. Non-fungible tends to mean non-tangible in any sense.
Yep.
And a couple hey, hellos, and yeah. And I think to go off that, not to go into any bad news really, but it doesn't matter how much you know about crypto or how smart you are, you could still get scammed.
Nobody's safe.
One of the founders of an NFT game loses, I think it's 16 crypto punks, and worth and about $400,000.
Ouch.
I know.
Yeah. I mean, this guy committed the cardinal sin. Well, he committed two cardinal sins. I mean, he clicked on a link from Discord, which you never do, and then he put in his 12-word recovery seed, which you never do. Like, I mean, this guy must have been halfway through a bottle of vodka to think he could do this. I mean, it's just ridiculous. Like, never ever put in your 12-word recovery seed. Like, this is just crypto 101. So
he said somewhere in there he was very tired and overworked.
that may be a euphemism for something else.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. Because he should definitely know better. And anybody watching this, never ever ever put your 12-word recovery seed into anything ever. Like, never. So yeah.
A quote from him: "I lost my punks and a bunch of ETH. I was lying in bed yesterday evening. Mind was very foggy, casually browsing, saw this bot in Discord and clicked on it. The site looked like CryptoPunks, and it popped up, looked like MetaMask, saying something like security compromised and a seed phrase. Yeah, so he didn't double check."
Yep.
Yep.
One of the things. So I'm just right in the middle of programming our web-based wallet, which is kind of our version of MetaMask. And one of the things I've been thinking about is doing a secret word or a secret image, because like a lot of times you log into a website like say Verizon, and it has like a little picture of a cat, and you say, do you recognize this image, right? And then you say yes, because it's something authentic. So I was thinking, as you're creating your wallet, aside from your password, maybe you put in just a phrase that and so when it comes up and says, hey, enter your password, it would always display that phrase. Say it's Rosebud or something like that, right? And so then when I see that phrase, I know that it's a legitimate website. I think that's an interesting extra level of security. Much like say opening your iPad, it shows you a picture and you have to touch the dots on the picture. Something like that. That's an additional layer where if you don't see that, that it's a scam, because there are so many, right? It's so easy to copy MetaMask and make it look exactly like it and say enter your password and enter your recovery phase, and boom, now they got access.
Well, maybe this is something I looked at earlier today. I'll jump in with this. I don't know if this could help. There's an exchange that is going to start using selfie verification.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to match your face. This exchange is out of Chile.
Yeah, you just got to, a lot of people I think are. I saw that as well. I would think that you're going to have maybe light adoption, only because people are super privacy focused around crypto, and who's going to want to take Who's gonna want to take a selfie and have it go somewhere? I don't know. Yeah.
Yeah,
Hey,
but the pro app.
Blockchain John is on.
Hey, John.
Hey, how can NFTs solve third world problems? This is from Blockchain John. How can NFTs third world problems when it comes to the property ownership? NFTs are good for recording, record keeping, but when the law enforcement are corrupted, how useful would NFTs be? And of course, he's talking about one is Cardano. I know they're doing that in Africa with property and the schools because what is it? A lot of that's in civil war for forever.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So NFT or not, there's bigger issues at hand, right?
Yeah.
If they're just going to forcibly come in with militia and take your house, so
yeah.
That is something. But I like read the second comment, Joe.
I would like to use Dynamo NFT to mail track items that I send through the courier. How do I go about setting that up? Any ideas from Blockchain John?
That's an interesting thought.
Yeah, I guess the tracking code, which would be a unique NFT-able item, that's kind of interesting.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I guess you could have something where there's an oracle that's posting data to it. I don't know if that would be any better than just going to the USPS website or something else, right? You'd have to have some kind of interface with GPS or something. I'm not sure. What do you think about something?
Hold on, who is that?
Not me.
Is that Satoshi calling? Somebody's got a phone call. Yep.
Hold on. Tell Vitalik I'm on the phone.
So I'm sorry interrupting you. I know you've been open about saying that many times that when it comes to properties, it's just not feasible. It's not going to happen.
Yeah, I think governments. Crypto is a way for people to take power back from the government. So local governments are unlikely to be keen on adopting these things. So
yeah, the one thing is, you can use like Cardano, you're NFTing a property or recording a property, but if a new regime takes it over, they could say no, that doesn't count, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It doesn't really matter.
Yeah. Yep.
Let's see. When Ford SGT. I got to start reading these before I pop them up. After the other day. Let's see. What do we got next? We got a good crowd going today.
Yeah, and I think too, I mean, we've discussed this in the past, even here in the first world, the whole real estate use case is interesting and intriguing because there's so much room for improvement. But you have to link up with so many archaic systems, right?
Mm-hmm.
Record keeping, taxation. I mean, things that take months, to kind of weeks to work their way through the bureaucratic, paper-laden system. I think there's a lot of road to hoe before we get to the point where NFTs are going to crack that code, just because it has to interface with so many legacy systems.
Yeah. I still believe that majority of people are just going to be on a centralized exchange anyway, because the majority of the people just want to go to work every day, pay their bills, and go home.
Mm-hmm.
But there's a smaller amount, especially the way all these countries like El Salvador now and everybody there, it's all going to be centralized. And it's just be easier for them to record what's going on.
Yep.
90% of the people aren't going to go through the headache of doing it the other way.
Yeah, no. And there's so much that goes into just doing a survey and doing a title search and all these recordings and the title insurance and all those kinds of things. I don't see real estate as a practical application of blockchain.
Not for a while.
Yep.
Yeah, real estate agent, AD as a real estate agent says, I don't see it happening anytime soon.
Yeah. And
let's make a social ledger on blockchain to data track officers and government officials, like a ranking system, credit that would commoditize if the world can see. Oh, like a Yelp for politicians.
Yeah, I like that.
There you go.
Two stars.
I was gonna say, that's gonna be a race to the bottom, man.
That's fantastic. I love that.
What?
I love that.
Hate you. There's not too many people. There's not too many JFKs anymore, man. It's
Yeah, that's actually really funny. You could almost do that as like a total meme.
Yeah.
Yelp for politicians. That's fantastic.
Who do you hate more?
Blockchain John, they're public officials and the people should have more transparency on what their people are doing. Yes, we all agree about that. And that sounds dangerous. Ask China about that. Let's go to the next story, which I think is funny in the year of Dogecoin and all the meme coins, is that we have Shiba Inu listed on eToro. Think of all the cryptocurrencies that have really good active uses, and Shiba Inu gets listed on eToro, which I think
because it's got a cute mascot. It's got a cute logo, right? That's all you need. That's all you need for $1 billion of liquidity. Come on. That was FOMO, but they timed it too late, right?
What's funny is I guess I can't pull it up here, but I have a eToro account, and it said $6, and I didn't understand it. And what it is you can't buy one Shiba Inu. You're buying per million on eToro. Yeah,
so there's so many zeros.
Yeah,
price.
So it's like $6 per million.
Yeah. This is a sign of the times, and in a lot of ways, right? There's not a whole lot of substance in the economy these days, and we go out and buy $350 Squishmallows, and we go buy these coins that don't really have any use case whatsoever. It's a sign of the times.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
All right, as we're chatting away, the next one we're gonna go. Let's see what we got down here. Keith, I'll let you read that as I'm going to look up the next story that we're going to talk about. I'll let you.
Yeah, no, that sounds good. So we got another comment in here. So last question. Will Dynamo have atomic swap with other crypto? I'm sure it's very much possible with Bitcoin. Sean, what's the vision?
Yeah. So anything that's a swap is an exchange. You're going to be regulated by the CFTC, just not legal in the United States. Charlie Shrem gets around it by forming a company in the Cayman Islands, and he's no stranger to the feds. But yeah, things like Atomic Wallet are just basically not legal in the United States. They don't do they don't do KYC, they don't do AML. I'm not a big proponent of either of those things because that leads to money laundering. And it's not something you can do legally in the United States, and you can't do it in any decentralized way anyway because you need multiple wallets. And as soon as you have a wallet, you have a private key, and when you have a private key, if you let that go, then somebody's going to be able to access it. So there's no way to do this in a decentralized, trustless way. There has to be a custodial wallet, and as soon as there's a custodial wallet, you got the CFTC on you. So, yeah.
Yeah. So there's other opportunities, right?
Yeah. I mean, we can do swaps off of the exchange, or we can get listed on exchanges that allow for swaps. But yeah, there's no way to legally do an atomic swap or any swap in the United States. Unless you register as a securities dealer broker, a broker dealer.
Right.
All right,
we looked at it, and we're not going to.
Probably not.
Good. I was trying to move us along, jump into the next story.
Oh yes,
because I saw we're at the 30-minute mark. Bank of America does a 180 on crypto, and I kind of wonder if I should have said 180, or maybe they're just doing it because they see the movement and they have no choice. But Bank of America outlined the 4 potential benefits of El Salvador. El Salvador's Bitcoin strategy, because 70% of adults in El Salvador, the population, don't have a bank account. They think it'll improve cross-border transactions, improve transactions overall, and improve customers' choices. And the only thing I'm seeing here is that's Bank of America saying, hey, we might have more clients if we get these people onto digital currencies.
This is just like Square, right? It's in 2018 they said they're never going to do anything, and now they're back to doing crypto, and Bank of America called crypto a scam, and now they're hiring all kinds of people, and they want to be a thought leader in it, right?
Yeah.
Which is ridiculous.
This is just like 2 months ago.
Yeah. All
Bank
of a
of America-
sudden they're gonna tell
Yep,
all
there you go.
us how to do crypto, right? Like
FOMO for big banks.
Yeah. All of a sudden they're realizing that this might be a thing, and they gotta get on board. But these guys, first of all, they're not nimble. They're so far behind the curve, and frankly, I don't think a lot of like cypherpunks are gonna work for these guys. Like they don't want to put on a suit and go to the office 5 days a week. So, their ability to catch up is probably pretty limited. They're going to do things like ETFs or regulated things, but yeah, I don't see them ever having any great innovation or being thought leaders in this space.
Yeah, here's another. What is it? The other story is central banks. Bank of America just came out and said, because they did the 180, and they're saying that the central banks that don't issue their own digital tokens will be falling behind. Isn't it amazing how in that short of time, how they've changed their whole attitude?
Yeah.
I mean, you were in that world. What made them change that quick?
Money. when they start to see the market cap of crypto, going up by 20%, and they're like, wait a minute. So, it's pretty interesting.
Yeah, I mean, come on, right? Like either way, if they've, found crypto religion, or if they just want to keep their enemies closer, right? They have a vested interest in getting closer to this whole crypto thing. So
it's all about getting more clients.
Yeah. Yeah. Whichever way it goes, right? It's all about chasing the revenue. So yeah, everybody else is moving forward. They're going to be left behind, and it's just going to be, widows and IRA accounts at B of A unless they move.
Yep.
And like AD just said, I remember when Bank of America took people's houses illegally. Well, they'll be trying to take people's Bitcoin eventually. Blockchain John says, LOL, I remember when BOA employees would ask how they can get into crypto without getting into trouble from the bank, because BOA threatened to fire employees if they bought crypto. Yep.
Yep.
Holds coins.
No, they see Coinbase and Binance, and they're like, oh, wait a minute, we're missing something here. So yeah.
But I heard that JP Morgan, even though they've been saying the same thing, 2.5 years ago, they were setting up their own crypto desk secretly. There were too many reports on that.
Yeah, Chase is a pretty forward-thinking bank compared to others like B of A and Deutsche and those guys. So yeah, it's a much more technology-oriented bank. It was so yeah, it was a lot like Merrill. When I worked at Merrill, there was a lot of innovation there. Goldman Sachs was kind of the top, and then Deutsche was underneath, but Merrill was always very very high for innovation. And unfortunately, they get of course they got acquired by B of A and destroyed it. They destroyed Merrill entirely. But yeah, it's interesting. Chase is pretty forward thinking.
The average person, though, they worry about if you get scammed, if somebody steals your bank account or something like that, you get your money back from Bank of America or something like that. Just like with the CryptoPunk situation, your ETH's gone forever. You think there'll ever be a point in crypto where there's a way on the blockchain to get your currency back that is stolen?
No, blockchain's immutable. That's the whole point.
Yeah.
No.
It's just I see, there is a point of that. There's the average person's they're just gonna want to make sure they can't lose their money, right?
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
then don't invest in crypto, right?
Yeah.
That's it.
Blockchain John. Oh yeah, they've been holding it for a while. That's why I told these employees that their employees was buying the crypto and wanted to buy it cheap before their employees bought it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
No, what big bank would do that, John?
No,
No.
banks are not evil.
Especially if you don't have to disclose.
So Joe, final thoughts. Final thoughts. Since you've been talking and since we've been broadcasting, Bitcoin is up about $1,000.
Yeah.
From a low of 38.7 to a high of just under 39.7.
Yeah.
Let's put it back up. Yeah.
Yeah.
The seesaw
It's a wild ride. Wild ride.
See, all we gotta do is a podcast, and it goes up $1,000.
Boom. Boom.
We need to do is the next big one
Dynamo.
where it drops like 8,000 points in a day. We three of us should go on for 4 hours and just drink.
Yeah.
With a bottle of rum.
Yes.
Hey, have a good workout, John.
I was trying to see the I have it the minute by minute.
Good.
Let me put it on the 4-hour chart.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter. Yeah, it's just seesawing up and down. Down here though, you look at that, there's no volume.
That's the thing.
No volume.
That's what I'm saying. Yep. So you're gonna have huge volatility because there's no volume. So.
Yep. Here's where the volume was over here. Yep. And that's not even much. That was a couple hours, maybe a day.
Everybody's out on their vacation house on Long Island or whatever else.
You mentioned that, but didn't right after the lockdown, one of the things they said that kicked crypto back into gear was everybody was sitting at home, nobody was working, and they started trading. Or that was a theory.
Yeah, but sitting at home and going on vacation are different things, right? I mean, if you're down the shore and you're going out to dinner and you're going to the pool with your kids and you're walking on the boardwalk and everything else, you're not watching this anymore, right? It's out of sight, out of mind. So, yeah.
Yeah, Sean's spot on, man. I'm on vacation as we speak, and when we go to the beach, I don't want my cell phone at the beach. I locked it up in the safe, and I'm gonna go enjoy the day with the kids. So Sean's spot on. I think it'll be really interesting to watch. As Sean said, that back to school period will be an interesting inflection point. And then also, Sean, the run up to December 31st, kind of year end, to see what people do with their gains. That'll be fascinating too.
Yeah. Well, if they pass this infrastructure bill, it starts
another $1 trillion. Yep.
To do the so we'll see. And I don't know. The taxation on capital gains in crypto is also really up in the air. So yeah, I don't know. We'll see. But you're right. End of year is it's going to be interesting. So
I'm interested. You think that ETH's going to go down a little bit before it goes back up, even though it's at 26? I think this market is all about hype, and everybody's talking about it going to 3,000 before it goes back down.
I don't think 3,000. I think you're still 18 to 22, something like that. I mean, I'm not selling.
Well, you got it like
lower.
Yeah.
Much lower.
A while ago.
Yep. All right, anybody Puncraft, Blockchain John, anybody else got anything else they want to add before this thing is done? Because Keith has some beach going to do down in St. John.
That's right. There's a pina colada with my name on it.
Nice.
All
right. Well, everybody's gotten quiet over there, so
good show. Good show.
Two of you. Wednesday, 8 o'clock.
Wednesday, 8 o'clock.
And if anybody over here wants us to, here's an idea. Anybody that's still listening, if you have any ideas of what we should talk about on Wednesday, leave it in the chat. Then I'll kind of throw it in the show because I'm always looking for other things for us to talk about.
Sounds good.
All right.
Feel free to ask anything. Cool.
All right, guys.